Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers.
Oh, hey, it's the Jolly Green Not-So-Giant.
Better things to do tonight than die.
What's that mean?
You suck.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're taking a look at another Transformers Siege figure. It's Springer. Now, I found this figure at my local Walmart on the south side of Indianapolis here in Greenwood, and much like Optimus Prime, I was not expecting to see this guy, and they only had the one, like Optimus, so I went ahead and picked him up. I love Springer. It's always been one of my favorite characters ever since the original 1986 animated film. And this guy actually looks pretty decent, and he, I think, bodes well to the Cybertron modes of War for Cybertron because, well, he wasn't like an Earth-based vehicle thing. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Springer in the packaging, and he's looking pretty decent. I like the way he looks. He's got a very G1 quality to him, which is nice. I do have to say, I think the legs look a lot better in person than they did in pictures online, so that's a really good thing. The packaging itself is really pretty much the same kind of stuff we've been seeing with the Siege line, so just kind of a close-up here. It's got the Autobot logo at the top. There's Springer in the box, and yeah, it's Transformers Siege. Side of the package has some really nice artwork of Springer right there, looking cool. This side of the package is the standard kind of poster art that we've seen in the entire line. And then the back of the package here, we get Springer's robot mode, his two vehicle modes, of course the helicopter and the car. And then of course you can use the little Battle Masters. He's got like a fire axe here, I guess, is the one they paired him up with some kind of blast effect there. So yeah, is what it is. Just kind of a close-up. There is Springer. There he is playing with a battle axe, and then there's his two vehicle modes, and that's really about it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get Springer out of box and see what we think. So here we have Springer out of the packaging, and you know, I gotta say, for the most part, I really do like this figure. I will say that when you're transforming him, getting back into the robot mode is a pain in the butt because of these shoulder pieces, getting them to clamp back up. But once you get it in there, it's fine. It's just a little awkward. Now, I do have to say, I like how his swords hang off the back here in storage mode. That is very, very nice. It looks a lot better in real life than the pictures did with the knees. I'll show that off here in the articulation. Now, playability on this guy is very nice. I'm going to take the swords off here, and then take the guns out. So if you wanted to with these guns, you could do a couple different things with them. You can mount the guns up here on the shoulders if you want to do that, which is kind of fun, kind of cool. You can mount them up there in the vehicle mode as well. But yeah, so you can mount the guns up there. But the nicer thing about the guns I really like, it's one of those situations where you can mount two guns into one to make a large rifle type blaster, which is nice. And then of course he's got his two swords that you can plug into his hands. That is very, very cool. I am digging that. You can store the propeller piece on the back of the backpack back here, which is kind of nice. I will say that he's kind of awkward to pose. It's just he keeps wanting to lean backward. I don't know why. But I really like him with the swords. I've always liked Springer with the sword, especially from Transformers the movie. And to be honest, I can completely see this being redecoed as Drift. Which, you know, I would buy that. That would be pretty cool. So I'm going to take the swords out of his hands for a moment, and let's talk about articulation. His head moves back and forth, looks up just a little bit, looks down a little bit. The arms move up and down. They do move out this way. There's a mushroom peg up here at the top. He's got a single joint at his elbow. The hands do rotate ever so slightly. He's got a twist at the waist. His legs kick up that far. They kick all the way back. He kicks outright like that, which is nice. There is a twist, a mushroom peg at the upper thigh, which is cool. And then he's got this weird kind of knee joint that moves down like that. But that's the actual knee right there, if we can get it into focus. There we go. So that's the actual knee joint, which is good and better than the pictures, because the pictures initially showed the knee like that, which was terrible. And he's got that crazy ankle rocker pivot we love! With this being his widest possible stance, with both feet still flat on the floor. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I like the head sculpt on this guy. I like the yellow paint apps, the green face, multi-green colors. Looks like the G1 Springer. I like the Autobot logo in the middle of the chest, nice and big, but I think it needs the silver around it to get it to stick out on that green. The shoulders look good. I like the yellow, but they should be kind of cockside a little bit. From what I remember of the G1 incarnation of the figure. Or character. The backpack is kind of it's there. I mean, it folds everything up pretty decently. I wish the wheels had some paint on them rather than just being the gray with the black tires. The vents on his chest look really, really good. And the silver battle damage looks pretty decent on this guy. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So looking at the midsection of the figure, again, the sculpt's pretty okay. The backpack really reminds me of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle for some reason. I like how the pieces fold up around his arms. All the joints look good and hidden. He's got a pretty flat waist area. Not much as far as paint going on, which is okay, but the multicolored greens kind of break it up a bit, and we get a little bit of that yellow from his backpack back there. Again, just looks like a big robot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle to me, but it's a green Transformer. What are you going to do? And then finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, he balances kind of weirdly on them. You've got to get the right, position. And the initial pictures really show this in a really bad kind of way. He's got some gappage in the back, but that's because of the way the leg transformed for the car and for the helicopter. I like the paint. Apps on there with the silver looks decent. I'm glad the knee folds properly than what we got in the actual initial pictures. But again, I don't know, there's something about it. It sits kind of funky. Once you get it in the right position, it's fine and it's stable, but it always tends to want to lean backwards for me. And I don't know, it's just a weird joint set. For comparison, here we have Springer with his wave mate, the Leader Class Optimus Prime, and these guys are supposed to be released street date into this month, but Walmart's got them, I've seen Target's got them online, and I don't know, sometimes the people have said they've not been able to buy them at Target, they won't sell them before the release date, but hey, Walmart will, so that's definitely cool, and very nice to see both of them to add to my Siege collection. So here we have Springer in his vehicle mode, and it's okay. I've got some issues with this mode. One issue being the cannon up here just really kind of spins around because it's part of the helicopter. But I suppose it could be a turret, boom, 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 shooting side to side. I just don't particularly care for that. But that's just me. The other issue I've got is this thing is kind of hard to clamp together. There are some gappage issues right there, and I don't know if it's just me mistransforming it. I think it is. It's just very difficult to get everything up underneath here aligned properly, especially in the shoulders and the hips back there. Other than that, some big gripage there. I mean, it's okay. It looks like a Springer's vehicle mode from the movie and from the third season of Transformers. I like the blue cockpit. I do like the battle damage that it has up there. I think the back of the vehicle is lacking, and it's way out of shape here. Come on. flatten out. I don't know. There's something about this back end I just don't care for. It's a little too thin or something. It just, I don't know. It is what it is. It's not the best vehicle mode, but it's not the worst. I do like it better than the previous generation's version. And here we have Springer in his third mode, which is the helicopter. And between the two vehicles, I think this one's a little bit stronger, but it's still not all that great. I just have issues with the gappage under there. I don't particularly care for that. And these pieces are just a little difficult to get into place. The helicopter spins very well, actually, though. I will give it that. I like how it's got the kind of vents in the back. I wish that there were some fold-up pieces around on the wheels here so that it made it look more like turbines, or rotors. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That would have been cool. The guns up here, again, I wish they had something that flipped up to hide those wheels. I don't like that. But for the most part, I think this looks pretty decent. I like the paint apps on it. The blue windshield looks good, and the front of it definitely looks like Springer in his helicopter mode. Overall, it's better than the car, but it's still not great. But with that little helicopter blade, it's just so much fun. Kids are gonna like this. So is Springer from Transformers Siege a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? Well, if you like the Triple Changers or Springer and specifically, you're going to like this guy. It's not a bad figure at all. It's worth the $20, I think, for the most part. The hips and the shoulder bits with the arms are kind of goofy to get into place. I don't particularly care for that. There's some gappage issues on the figure, which, again, I don't particularly care for. I think it's missing a few paint details, and there could have been some panels to hide certain parts in alternate mode and make other parts look more like rotors, but other than that, I mean, those are kind of minor gripes. Overall, I love the aesthetic. It looks like the G1 Springer. Again, a gripe. I wish the Autobot symbol had some silver behind it to pop out onto, off the chest here. But I like the fact he can move his weapons around. I've got it in a different configuration here. The fact that he's got the swords that can go onto his back. Little Ninja Turtle backpack there. I think that's pretty cool, and I think this is a no-brainer. Repaint this as Drift. I think that would be really, really cool. Overall, I think he's worth the money. So there he is, Springer from Transformers Siege.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.